Hey, hello, this is Andrea.
And Bob.
And today is Thursday, the 27th of June, 2024.
Yep.
I'm glad you're here.
It's been a while, huh? You miss us?
There's like a weird color at the edge. Oh, that's the end of the bookshelf, or the shelf behind us.
Yep.
Okay, you cleared it up.
Oh, it's bigger now.
It's bigger.
Here, I'll sit here like this.
Keep black it. We don't need that. So, anyway, what have we been up to lately? Oh, I finished reading a book. It was Foundation by Isaac Asimov, right?
Yep.
And it's not really like the TV series.
Way better.
Well, you haven't read it in a while. How do you know it was way better?
I don't know.
I would just say
remember
it's different.
It is different.
It's got a lot of stuff. It's got a lot of political stuff in it. And it really opens your eyes to the way that governments and businesses try to control people. Because there's like so many different ways they're trying to control people.
This is back in the early 50s when you wrote this, right?
In this book, yeah. So that was interesting. And now I'm reading Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. So
I'm reading Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett. See, she asked me to read this book. And
The Color of Magic.
The Color of Magic, and I'm reading it. It's not bad. It's pretty interesting. I'm enjoying. I don't read anywhere near as fast as she does. I'm halfway through. I've been reading it for a month and a half.
I don't know.
And the one I wanted her to read was Foundation. Because
yeah.
I read that maybe 20 years ago.
The reason I wanted you to read The Color of Magic was because I had trouble keeping up with what was going on because I didn't understand what all the words meant. It's a fantasy novel.
Yeah, it's fantasy, and it's British style humor. It's kind of like
I like the humor.
Douglas Adams style humor. It's not as funny as Douglas Adams, in my opinion, but it's still good.
So you admit you like it.
I'm still reading it. So.
I like the Foundation book, but the thing is that it reads like, I was telling him, it reads like it's part of a bigger story, and apparently it was written as one giant book before it got
the first 3 books,
and it
were
got
written as
chopped
one.
into 3 different ones.
Yeah.
So
the first 3 books, Foundation, what's the second one is Foundation and Empire, and Second Foundation were all written as one, and he split them up.
Yeah.
Then there's, again, like most fantasy and sci-fi, a lot of people, you take a perfectly good trilogy and just try to keep going with it.
He added more.
He added, I think there's 2 or 3 more books after that. Foundation's Edge and a couple others.
And I wanted to see what my uncle thought of that book because he read a lot of sci-fi books, and he used to be on Goodreads with me, but he passed away last year, like a little bit after my mom did. And I looked at his listing, and it said he read it, but he didn't give it any stars or rate it. He didn't write anything about it. So
yeah, I read the first 2 books of that series. I never read Second Foundation, but
are you going to reread Foundation?
Yeah, I want to reread Foundation, and I want to reread Foundation and Empire, and then I want to read Second Foundation.
I might read Foundation and Empire, which if I do, I'm going to have to do it this year, so I remember.
Fresh in your mind.
The stuff.
Sounds like a trip to the bookstore, the used bookstore.
But yeah, we went to the used bookstore. We have a used bookstore near us, and one of the things I picked out was this. What's it say? Album cover. A brief history of album covers. So it's got like all these. Like here's a Depeche Mode album cover, and it talks about the artist, and it talks about
why that album was chosen.
Yeah, sometimes it talks about the effect. Either the effect that it had on culture, or some of these are famous artists, you know what I mean? So it's interesting.
Some of them I totally agree with, and some are like, the artwork is like, meh.
Anyway, I thought it was interesting to look at. So.
Yep.
Of course, they got this one.
The Beatles.
The Beatles. So, also, I've been taking a colored pencil drawing class. And so far I'm only like 4 or 5 lessons in, but I'll show you what I've done. Here's where I'm learning different techniques, different shading techniques, and here's like blending and stuff. And then here is, like I did this one with 3 different colors. I made a color wheel, the yellow, the blue, and the red. And then I did these ones. And then here's one where you figure out, so I didn't know, first of all, I've taken art classes. I was good at art when I was young, and then I've taken like 3 college level art classes. They were all like with pencil or charcoal or India ink. I never did any classes with color. So this was interesting to me, like the colored pencils, it's like, first you did a light layer going all the way down, then you started on the second one and did another layer going all the way down to see how many layers you can get. So the most you can get with the pencils I'm using is 5 layers. So I don't know, it's interesting so far. I want to be able to add stuff to, you know, I've been doing junk journals, so I want to be able to add stuff to that. And yeah, I'm having fun. That is a class by Lindsay Weirich. I think I'm
put a link down there.
I'll put a link to her channel down below. I like to watch her paint. So, what have you been up to lately?
Watching SpaceX and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
what about that Boeing? What about that Boeing mission?
Starliner's still
Starlight.
Starlight's not. It's not doing. But it's not. Boeing is not doing well.
I don't know if you guys know, but was it last week or the week before?
It was 2 weeks ago.
They used a Boeing rocket. Would you call that a rocket?
It was a UAE rocket, but it was Boeing. Boeing is the capsule at the top. The capsule.
Okay, they used a Boeing capsule to take 2 astronauts to the International Space Station.
A test flight. They were supposed to be there for a week, get back in the ship, and come home.
They're still up there.
They're still up there.
Because I can't do it.
Because they're having all kinds of problems with helium leaks and
Boeing
thrusters and stuff like that.
First Boeing is like, it's okay, we could pick them. This is last week. It's okay, we can pick them up, but we just want to wait and see if we can tweak some stuff.
I'm waiting for them to send up a SpaceX Dragon capsule to pick them up.
I know SpaceX has been doing so much stuff, and then Boeing comes along and they're like, they don't even know if they can pick up the people. So,
regardless of what you think of Elon Musk, SpaceX is an awesome organization.
Well, I don't think he does all the stuff.
No,
he's just the head of the
yeah.
company. I don't know, because he's into... I used to be into space stuff when I was younger, but he watches a lot of it, so I see a lot of that stuff.
We watch What About It?
We watch What About It? This guy named Felix. I can't think of his...
Schlanger or something like that. He's, I don't know.
He's from Germany, and he lives in Florida now because he loves the space program so much.
He moved his family from Germany. He was doing the space. He was doing the What About It space channels, space news and stuff like that for like a couple years. And
I think it's a funny name for a channel.
Yeah.
What About It?
And then he moved to Florida because that's where all the space stuff is happening.
I can put a link to his channel below.
What About It? Yeah.
I find him funny. But yeah, so, oh, and what's happening on Saturday? It's our wedding anniversary.
It's a national holiday, right?
Well,
it should be.
It's our wedding anniversary. It'll be
75 years.
Shut up. It'll be 34 years. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, and I'm taking her to a... I don't know how nice it is. It's nice enough that I need to have reservations. I'm taking her to a high-end southern cuisine restaurant near us.
Yeah. We used to live in Alabama,
yeah.
So we like some southern cuisine. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you're up here, if you're up in the Pennsylvania area and you want southern cuisine, most of the time, if you want that, you have to go to a place that says, man, I can't think what it's called. Soul cooking, or it'll say soul cooking or soul kitchen.
If you're in the city area,
there's not a lot of them
but in
around
the burbs,
anymore.
You're not going to find much.
But yeah, so that'll have all the good stuff. But now there's one just called Southern Kitchen or so. Anyway, I'm not saying the name. Maybe we'll tell you after we. No, I don't remember it, but maybe we'll tell you next time I'm on here. I haven't been on here a lot, but it's mostly because I'm not doing anything, right?
Nothing going on.
We're like sitting around.
They want to know what we're watching on TV, and
we are watching TV. We're rewatching.
We're watching Big Bang Theory again.
We're watching Big Bang Theory again because we just finished
Young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon. I find it funny. I know some of the stuff is stupid, but it's like they're people I know or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're rewatching Sandman, because I think the new season's coming out soon, and I might reread Sandman and read some more of it because I haven't read all of it.
Yeah, they're no gaming.
That's a comic book / graphic novel. It started as a comic book, didn't it? A lot of the graphic novels started as comic books, and then what happens
bind them all together.
Yeah, what happens is they put them all together and make a big book out of it, a graphic novel. Now, some of them came out as graphic novels. But
like Watchmen.
No, that came out as
Did it?
Comics, yeah. Yes, I was in college.
I'm not a comic expert, I don't know. So.
I was in college when Watchmen came out, so I remember it. But, yeah, I used to be more into comic books than I am now. I liked them. They got pictures. It's not just words, there's pictures.
I had a handful of comics as a kid. I had a comic of Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom, the comic version of that. I had I had a bunch of Flash comics. That's the ones I liked the most. And a few others here and there.
I had this one, it was like called the Gem Stars or something like that. And it was all these female heroes. They were named after different gems. Like one was Princess Amethyst. I remember that. But we have some of your mom's comic books.
Yeah, my mom had some old ones like
she had
Archie,
Casper.
And
I think Casper, she had Archie.
A bunch of Archie ones, and a couple other ones.
There was something else. There was like one of the. They used to do stories of the Bible, like they had Noah and stuff like that. Yeah. I think we have one or two of those in there.
And she was a kid looking at comic books, so they're not like people looking at comic books now. She was a little kid, so she's like crayon coloring them and stuff like that.
There's crayons in it, and there's
it's kind of neat when you get back and look. My mom did this kind of stuff. It was kind of fun.
Yeah. And we're rewatching Fallout.
Well, I'm rewatching. You're really paying attention.
Because I had only seen the first episode and the last episode, and now I'm watching it through. What are the cats getting into?
I don't know. They're back here. Just
let
them go. Let them do cat things.
They do cat things all right. Every night when we go to bed, after a few minutes, you hear this noise like there's elephants down here.
They're running up along the hall.
They're chasing each other all over the place.
Sometimes they sit by our door and just meow.
It's a brother and a sister. Yeah. So, one is named Lily.
I
almost called her Layla. Because we had a cat named Layla. We had a cat named Leah.
Our first cat that we had was Layla.
Yeah, and then we had Sam.
We adopted Sam. We took Samantha, Sam. One of my coworkers in the Air Force couldn't keep her anymore. We got her.
Yeah. And then
she was a smart cat.
Then we got Leah as a kitten.
Yeah.
And I don't think we kept Leah because then we started having the babies.
Isn't she the one who kept going outside and come back pregnant like 3 times?
I don't remember, but the thing is, we were having
At one point, she got out again and never came home. So.
And we were having problems. So yeah. I mean, we were having problems dealing with little babies and animals at the same time. We had this one dog that kept peeing on one of my kids. I mean, I couldn't leave the kid alone for a second.
The kid would be in the playpen,
right?
And the dog would pee on the edge of the playpen.
And I'd have to get back in time so the baby wouldn't drown in all this pee. This sounds horrifying, doesn't it? We got somebody to adopt the dog from us. Wasn't that dog's name Lucky?
Yeah, Lucky.
And
It's a black lab.
a couple. I thought he was white. Was he black?
He was black lab.
Oh, okay. So a couple came and
He had the normal.
we had
white
talked
mark
to
on
a
his
couple and
chest.
they came and got him. I was like, we want to keep him, but he keeps being on our
We
baby.
either have to keep the dog or the kid. I think the law says we got to keep the kid. So.
Yeah. Oh, that was a long time ago. And then we had Sonny.
Yeah.
Well, we had Felix. The
We had
cat.
Felix.
We had Felix. How old was Felix when he died?
Like 9. He was relatively young because he had.
Because we adopted.
He had FIP.
What happened was we had Felix for a long time. That's a cat, and it was like a gray tiger type cat. Ornery cat. And then we got.
He was mean, man.
He would, like, if people were over too long, he'd start pulling things off and onto the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like knocking things over. He'd go up behind me and he'd try to eat my hair all the time.
Yeah. And he would. We go up the steps, and there's a wall, and then there's a corner, and then you go down the hall.
Are you
the
going to talk
cat
about
would
my dad?
No, I'm talking about
okay.
me. The cat would sit on the edge at the top of the steps on the other side of the wall, so you couldn't see him. And as you come up, he would jump out and attack your legs.
Yes. And so anyway, after we had Felix for a while, we adopted another cat, and it was a rescue cat. And that cat we named Simba. That was a little red striped cat.
Yeah.
And apparently it had FIP, but it was immune to it. Like it was a carrier.
It was a carrier of
It
FIP.
gave FIP to Felix, and then Felix passed away. So then we had Simba for a while, and then we got a puppy. We got Sonny, and he was half golden retriever, half lab.
Yep.
And we had him
Those
for the
two got along
longest
great. They
time.
would curl up with each other. It was cute.
Yeah.
We have a lot of pictures.
We have a lot of pictures of them. We had him for a long time. And then towards the end of him being alive, like when he got into his old age, we thought, let's get another dog so he has company. You know what I mean? So we went.
We got Ernie.
we went to the SPCA and we got this beagle, and it was the cutest beagle, but it was an old man beagle falling apart. Like they had
They
rescued
said he
him
was
from
like
the
8.5
streets.
years old, 9 years old, but you'd think he was like 90.
He had skin problems. He had teeth problems. We took him to the doctor, and he had bone cancer.
Jaw cancer.
So he had surgery done on him. They're like, we don't know. It was a little lower part of his jaw, so they said if it goes to the top part of his jaw, there's nothing we can do. But it never did that. Yeah, he lived. Like I thought he would. He did outlive Sonny though, didn't he?
He did outlive Sonny. I think he lived. I think we had him for about 2.5, maybe 3 years total, and then he passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonny passed away during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So we couldn't be in there when they had to put him down. He was really sick. So anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about this stuff. I don't want to talk about it. Oh! But now we have 2 cats that are
2 white
and
cats.
a girl. White cats. I'm not ready to get a dog. I don't know if I can take care of a dog. That's the thing.
I'm fine getting a dog, but I don't want to have to be the one that does all the work for it.
See,
So.
I do the dog stuff usually, and
I
he
do the
does
cat
the cat stuff, because I'm the mostly dog person, and he's the mostly cat person.
Yeah.
Because, I'm too much like a cat to be taking care of cats.
I'm too much like a lazy dog.
But, yeah, I can't get a dog because I don't know if I'd be able to pick it up, and, I'm just been having some physical issues that make it difficult, and I like big dogs. Oh, I'm making my whole camera shake. Sorry. I like big dogs.
You cannot lie.
The little dogs are cute, but I'm just gonna trip over it or something. So
Little dogs have the bladder the size of a walnut. You
some
gotta
of them
get them out all the time.
some
or
of them
have
pee in the
paths
house.
where they can go in the house and stuff. That's too much.
Yeah,
Too much for me.
yeah. I'm not ready to do that. Anyway, so anything else going on for us?
No.
No.
I just finished watching the last ship series that came out in 2017. So It's okay.
I don't like it because it's one of those shows where it has music that always sounds like there's stressful stuff going on.
There's always stressful stuff
and
going
then
on.
there's like an underbeat, like a bass sound that's going boom, 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 boom constantly.
Yeah.
And I just feel it in me and it stresses me out.
The stories are pretty good. It's got Adam. What's his name?
Yeah, I know who you mean. He's got the same.
He was in
Adam Baldwin,
Adam
but he's
Baldwin.
not one of
He's
the
not one of the
Baldwin
Baldwins.
brothers.
And I like him. He's one of the characters.
Yeah, he's like
in
the
there.
first
He's the first
officer
mate. Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
And
He's in a lot of stuff. He was in
captain
Firefly and
Is
Angel and
okay
stuff like
for
that.
acting.
Yeah, it's Eric Dane. He's a good actor, but only in that. I can't see. He doesn't seem to have any depth beyond that kind of serious.
He doesn't have a
leader
lot
role.
of range. Let's
Yeah.
just say that.
Yeah, he's good in what he does. He just doesn't seem. I can't see.
He
him
looks
doing
like a
anything else.
military guy.
Yeah, he
anyway,
does. Looks like a military guy. If you need some
got the
senior guy in a
jaw.
military role, he's good for that. But I think that's all he can do.
Serious jaw for the country. When you have to have a jaw for the country.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, I can't think of anything else. So
One video. We've been talking for a while. 20 minutes.
20
Ooh.
minutes. Ooh, yeah. I guess that's all we got for today.
Yeah.
So I hope. What do I usually say?
Tell everybody to have a good day. I don't know. It's been so long. Do you remember?
I know, right? Oh, wait a minute. That's all I got for today. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. That's right.
Bye.
Bye.